stupid. How can it be bobbins? It's the most fantastic thing I've ever done, because it's called Fantastic Tales. It's rubbish. It's not. It's fantastic with a capital fantastic. Oh, blimey, we're back on. They've turned on. Oh, right. Well, thank you for joining me on side 2. I now declare this intermission over. Thank you. I said over, organist. Will you switch off the organ? Thank you. Queen's Park Keepers 3. Liverpool 1. Everton Liverpool 1. Aston Villas 2. Holiday Villas also 2. Crewe 7. Rochdale 2. Wolverhampton Wanderers 3. Not on the coupon. Manchester Blue Shirts 3. Manchester Red Shirts 0. Yes. Timperley Big Shorts 17,000. Rest of the world -2. Brilliant. Oh, hello. I'm just checking my football polls actually to see if I've won £1 million this week. It's dead easy really. All you have to do is put little crosses in little boxes and they give you £1 million. What a fantastic job, listeners. Now, I need just one more score draw and I've won the £1 million jack in a pot. Here we go. Timperley Little Shorts 20. Bagley Baggy Shorts, 19. That's no good, that's blown it. That's this week's million down the plug hole. But don't feel sorry for me, because I did win £1 million once on the post. In fact, it happened like so. One Saturday afternoon, I was in my bedroom, right, watching my very own telly. I mean, I have to have my own telly because my mum watches bobbins programmes like Young Doctors, Woman's Blouse World, Good Morning Britain at 1 and stuff like that. And I like to watch fantastic space and science fiction like UFO, Star Trek, Captain Scarlet and 321. Oh, and the football polls as well. I know that's not space and science fiction, but you can't check your polls if you're watching Captain Scarlet, can you? Except, of course, if you're a puppet, because they have puppet polls, don't they? In fact, my ventriloquist puppet, Little Frank, watches it, but he can't check off his coupon because he's got cardboard hands, and I won't do it for him. Brilliant, eh? Anyway, you can't win £1 million on puppet football polls because puppets don't have shops to spend the loot in, do they? In fact, I gave Little Frank some pocket money once, and he didn't even spend it. And he hasn't even got a pocket to keep it in. See, I knocked that back off him. Brilliant, eh? Hey, hold on. See, I knocked that back off him. Oh, no, so I nicked it back off him, it should read. I can't read my own writing here. That wasn't very fantastic, was it? Have to improve as it goes along, or you'll be rewinding, won't you? Right, where was I? Oh, yes. Remember, never nick money off anyone unless they're a puppet. Right, so I'm on my bed, right, ticking off the score draws. Well, not actually ticking them off on the bed, because my mum would go absolutely up the wall if I put ticks all over the bedclothes, wouldn't she? That's why they have those little paper coupons to tick off on to stop people getting into trouble with their mum writing on the beds. And anyway, you'd need a new bed every week, wouldn't you? And how would the postman get it through the letterbox? So, I started to tick off the results. Now, I can't remember exactly how the results went, but I think it went something like this, right? Are you ready? The Tottenham Hotspurs were 1 at the time, not at the end result, when Scotland were also end result 1, that's a draw, right? Southampton 1, Northampton 1, Littlehampton 1, and the Bighampton Somewheres 1 as well. Stockport were 1 when Brazil was 1 as well, that's a draw. Oh yes, Paul McCartney Showbiz 11 1, Linda McCartney 1 as well. Simply Big Shots 100, Little Frank Puppet Team 0, because puppets can't move on the football field, can they? So you can score loads of goals past them. Brilliant. Crewe Alexanders was 1, and the Sheffield on Wednesday was 1. Oh, brilliant, loads of draws. Sheffield on Thursday was 1, and London 1. Oh, it's fever pitch here. I've got 7 draws and I only need 1 more, and I've won £1 million, and I'll be as rich as Prince Charles and Mrs. Charles as well. Here it comes. Hartlepool 1, yes. America 1. Fantastic! I won £1 million. Well, I jumped off the bed, right, and I started to do an Indian war dance on the spot, and I sang a fantastic Indian pools winning chant, which I'd been writing just in case I ever won. Hoya moya moy, I've just won £1 million. Hoya moya moy, on pale-faced football pools. module landing on my bedroom ceiling, to tell the truth, Mum. I think they've got lost on the way to Mars. I'll just give them new directions. So you do a U-turn, Captain Kirk, and you go past a big fantastic planet, and then there's a zebra crossing, and then you... Frank! Stop that stamping at once! You're interrupting Blinkety-Blonk on the telly. Oh, sorry, Mum. But I've just won £1 million, actually. £1 million, my best act. If you won £1 million, then my name's Paul McCartney. Blimey! I never knew my mum's name was Paul McCartney. I always thought she was called Mrs. Sidebottom, or Frank's mum, but never Paul McCartney. Now that's going to be a bit confusing, isn't it? Because when I'm a millionaire, and the real Paul McCartney's one of my chums, and he's round at my house and I say, what's for tea, Paul McCartney? They won't know who I'm talking to, will they? And if I say, let's you and me write a fantastic #1 record, Paul McCartney, then I might have to end up writing it with my mum, which would be rubbish because my mum's songs are bobbins. And they wouldn't even make the top 5, let alone #1. No, this won't do, I thought to myself. I'll just have to give my mum a brand new name. Right then, Mrs. Macker, I'm off to collect me £1 million, and I won't be in for tea because I'm going round to Paul McCartney's, actually, for a chat about being millionaires. Well, I arrived at the Timpley Football Pools Company office, right, and when I got there I saw a big sign that said, prize winners this way. And I followed the arrows and I went into a big room and there was a lady sitting behind a desk. Hello, Mrs. Football Pools, my name's Frank Sidebottom, and I've come for me £1 million. Thank you. Right, Mr. Sidebottom, and when did you send your football coupon in? What do you mean? I've just brought it in now, haven't I? What's the point in bringing it in before the results are read out? I mean, you don't even know what the results are, do you, I haven't got ASP, you know, so just give me £1 million and I'll be off, thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Sidebottom, but you haven't sent in any other copy of the coupon, so you can't win. Oh, blimey! I always wondered what the other bit of the coupon was for. I used to give it little Frank for his puppet pools, and he's not even grateful because he never fills it in. Well, what a letdown, eh? £1 million like that just down the drain in one of them flashes of smoke. I better phone Paul McCartney and tell him I won't be coming round after all. Oh, and then I remembered I couldn't even phone him because I hadn't even got his phone number. Well, I walked round Timpley dragging me heels. I'll never win another one of them £1 million, I thought to myself. Then suddenly, I had a fantastic idea. Get yourself one of them computers, Frank, because they win £1 million for you, don't they? Now, I don't know if you see them computers. They're like a fantastic box with flashing lights, and they talk like a robot, and they do the pools. So I nipped down to Timpley Computer Shop to see Mr. Boffin, the proprietor. Mr. Boffin is very clever. In fact, I don't know if you've noticed, but everyone who has a computer's very clever. Although that can't be right, can it? Because if they were clever, then they wouldn't need a computer, would they? Hello, Mr. Boffin. One computer, please. Oh, certainly, Frank. That'll be £1,000, please. Blimey, that's a bit expensive, I thought. Oh, I know. Well, I haven't actually got the money right now, Mr. Boffin, but I'm expecting £1 million in a few days, so can I pay you then? No, you can't, you cheeky young scamp, so come back when you've got the money in your hand, and not before. Oh, flipping heck, who's rattled his cage? Anyway, I was dead fed up then, so I went home and I was sat on my bed, totally depressed. Oh, you look cheesed off, said little Frank, my ventriloquist puppy. Cheesed off? Cheesed off? You'd be cheesed off if you just lost £1 million, little Frank. Oh, no, I wouldn't, because puppets don't spend money, actually. Oh, shut up. I'm trying to think how to win another £1 million on the polls, actually. Well, why don't you use a computer, Frank? Don't you know how much a computer costs, Brainbox? They're 10,000 quid or something, that's how much. And where am I going to get that kind of money from, eh? Answer me that one, clever pants. Well, why not build your own computer, Frank? Brilliant. Well, I thought of that, actually. Yeah, little clever Clive Sinclair. In fact, out of your box, because I'm going to need that. Right, thank you. Because if you're going to build a computer, you need a good, sturdy box. Then I went under the bed, right, where I'd got all the bits of lawnmower, because I've been working on a brilliant robot, right? So I got the head out and stuck it on top of the box. Then inside the box I filled it with all mechanical things, because you need things like that to make a computer work, don't you? Bits of Meccano, my mum's hairdryer, the food mixer, that sort of stuff. All I need now is the Christmas tree lights to put on the outside, and I'll have a brilliant talking football pulse computer, just like the real ones they have in Star Trek. Right, let's see if it works. Oh, Frank. Oh, blimey, hello, computer. Do you read me, over? Of course I do read you, actually. What do you want, please? I want you to do them football polls for me, actually, and win £1 million next Saturday. Roger, over. Okay, no problem, Big Frank. Oh, thank you very much, computer. Over and up. Brilliant, eh? What a fantastic invention. In fact, I better make £1 million out of selling the computers to the people that make rockets, hovercrafts and Top of the Pops. So I could hardly wait for next Saturday. I was so excited. Well, the big day had arrived, and I was out by the garden shed actually finishing off my rocket because I'm building one out of dustbins. Because with my £1 million, I'll be able to stock up on yummy food like Twiglets and Lords and set off to discover strange new worlds and seek out new life and new civilizations. Because you can't go exploring on an empty stomach, as Buzz Aldrin once said. Or was it Yuri Geller now? Anyway, I thought I'd just put the final touch to the command module null space with this plastic funnel. Oh, blimey, I hope it doesn't burn up on re-entry. And then I'll go and program the computer to win £1 million. When suddenly... Frank! Oh, blimey, what does my mum want now? Yes, Mum. What is it, please, Mum? I'm trying to build a rocket here in the back garden. It's very important. I bet they don't have to put up with this at Cape Carnival and Cape Horn, do they? Frank, where are my fairy lights? I want them for the Christmas tree. Oh, no, I'd completely forgotten it was Christmas Eve and my mum was putting up the Christmas tree. Well, to tell the truth, Mum, the man from Timpley Airport came round and he said he was borrowing everybody's fairy lights to light up a new bit of runway to look so pretty because the Queen, actually, and Bob Geldof are flying in. Francis Sidebottom, get those lights at once. Oh, but Mum, they're on my computer ready for the football results. And if I take the lights away, I'll never win £1 million. £1 million, my best blouse. I'm going to count to 3. And if those lights aren't in my hand, then I'm going to count to 4. And if the lights aren't still in my hand at 4, then there's no Christmas dinner for you. Well, that was it. I wasn't going to miss my turkey rissoles, beans and chips for anything, not even £1 million. So I had to dismantle my computer before final score. So I never actually did win £1 million. But the next day was Christmas Day, right? And guess what fantastic present my mum gave me? That's right, £1 million. Only joking. She gave me a pair of socks and a new tie, actually. But I did give little Frank a Monopoly set, so at least he got £1 million because he doesn't know that Monopoly money isn't real, because he's only a cardboard puppet. So the moral of the story is, if you want to win £1 million, don't do it near Christmas, or else your mum might ask for the fairy lights back before the results come in. Thank you.